Hi, welcome back to the journey. Today I'm going to show you how to stop holding yourself back. And to do that, I'm going to share the three main ways that we do hold ourselves back. And then I'm going to give you 5 solutions so you can turn that all around and reach your full potential. So the first way that we hold ourselves back is something a little unusual. It's the fear of success. Now, I know that sounds crazy. You're like, wait a minute. A lot of what holds me back is I'm afraid to fail. Not true. It's not even possible. I wrote about in my book, Your Journey to Success. Not a single person on this planet has ever been afraid to fail. Nobody. It's literally not humanly possible. And I'm going to prove it to you. Think about it. In every area of your life, you know exactly what to do. If it's a relationship, you know you need to learn a program or say something nice or put a little more effort into it. If it's your career, send more emails, knock on doors, go in a little bit earlier, right? But you lay there in bed every day or throughout the day driving and you think about these things and you know your life will get better if you do them. But what happens? A feeling comes up. You go, ugh, I just don't feel like it. Do you see what's happened in that moment? Right there, we've all chosen failure. We're perfectly comfortable with it. What scares us to death is confronting that feeling because we'd actually succeed. I wrote about the whole process in my book, Your Journey to Success, and the science behind it and the worst day cycle that creates it. If you want to get deeper on it, I encourage you to pick that up. That's number 1. Number 2, another one that's going to be a little bit surprising. We hold ourselves back because we're getting too much benefit from it. You're like, what do you mean? I don't get benefits? Well, let's look at it. When our relationship breaks, we lose a career, or we're struggling financially, all we have to do is post on social media about it, and 300 people go, oh my God, you poor thing. You're such a great person. I can't believe this is happening to you. Do you see what we get in that moment? Attention. Do you see what else we get? Power. Because all those people, friends, family, strangers on the internet, are offering solutions. So now, by my holding myself back, I get attention and I get power over you. And that gives me freedom because now you want to fix the problem more than I do. And that gives me number 4, I don't have to be responsible for my life because you are more invested in fixing the problem than I am. My God, look at all the benefits. Attention, power, freedom, and no responsibility. I go into much more detail in a previous video I've done called The 10 Surprising Benefits of a Broken Heart, where I lay out 7 of them. I encourage you to check that out. The third way that we hold ourselves back is something called learned helplessness. Now, this was discovered kind of by accident. There was a laboratory and they were doing experiments on dogs. And there was a flood and the dogs got trapped in their kennels. Well, as the water rose, it got all the way up to their chin. Well, think about it. If you were trapped in a kennel like that, what would you try and do? You'd try and escape. Well, they couldn't. So what happened is when the waters receded, they went in, they opened up the cage doors, the dogs wouldn't leave. They had collapsed. They had given in to the futility of there's nothing I can do. See, most people that are holding themselves back, that's how they feel. What's the point, Kenny? What's the point? I'll never get out of this. I'll never get someone to love me. I'll never make money. I'll never be safe. I'll never trust again. They have collapsed. They are stuck in learned helplessness, just like those poor defenseless puppies. That's the essence of the worst day cycle. And if this is you, you are stuck from trauma that's never been healed. And you are just like those puppies in the kennel, caged. I'm going to show you how to get out of it. If you want to know more about how to recover from that worst day cycle, I have another video you can watch too. It's called How to Stop Self-Sabotage and Conquer the Worst Day Cycle. I'll leave you the link for that as well. Here are the solutions. The first one is really pretty simple. It's not anything magic. We have to choose it. We have to make a choice. I am done. I am absolutely done holding myself back. But while that sounds simple, the reason we don't act on it is Choices are motivated by feelings, not thoughts. We can tell ourselves all day, but we have to feel it. Remember what stopped us in success? A feeling. It's the same thing here, that learned helplessness. We have this patterned feeling that's draining us. So what we have to do is create a massive emotional shift. I'm going to give you several ways, possibilities, depending on your personality type, of what might motivate you and create that emotional shift for you to change, okay? The first one is this. Ask ourselves, how much does it cost me? Make a list. Get a piece of paper out across the top, put how much it cost me, and then put categories. Financially, relationally, emotionally, spiritually, intellectually, professionally, every area of your life. And start. You can put, financial amounts to it, but also the broken hearts, the lost relationships. Like, my God, when I did it, it was millions of dollars I had lost. Lower productivity, taking careers beneath my skill level, taking careers I didn't even like. My God, the divorces, the emotional and intellectual and spiritual consequences of that, and then how it affected me professionally, everything. The loss of relationships with friends. Oh my God, the costs were astronomical. See, we have to have an emotional shift that recognizes that the cost of staying stuck is bigger than the payoff we're currently getting. See, remember I talked about the payoffs we're getting. We're staying stuck because of these payoffs. So we have to see the cost of not doing anything about it is bigger than these payoffs. So by totaling it up, it starts to bring us into reality of, wait a minute, these benefits, they don't outweigh these costs. The second way we do that is we future cast the cost. Ask yourself 1 month, 6, 12 months from now, and 5 years from now. How big will the cost be then? How much will that financial loss, the emotional loss, the loneliness, the emptiness, the working and living below our potential, if I wait another month, another year, another 5 years, how much bigger will that cost be? And even worse, now that I know the solution, if I choose not to do anything about it, can I live with the burden of knowing I could have ended this and I chose not to? Feel that cost. That's huge, overwhelming. Now, maybe you're not motivated that way, so flip it to the opposite. Ask yourself this. What if all of those painful feelings, the thoughts and feelings of the cost and being stuck and holding ourselves back, what if I could never feel them again? It wasn't even possible the rest of my life. What thoughts and feelings are left over? Can you feel that? If all that's gone, you feel lighter. You're no longer carrying the weight of all of those costs. You're free of it. You're empowered. You feel strong. You feel sexy. You feel safe. Can you feel that emotional shift if I choose to do this work? That's another way to motivate yourself and create that action that you're lacking. Now, once we've created that emotional shift, how do we keep it going? Because people can get instantly motivated and die off. Well, here's how you do that. Ask yourself this simple question. What's the smallest thing I can do in this moment to move me towards that solution? You know, some days for me, it was literally just getting out of bed. That was it. Some days it was getting out of bed and taking a shower and then going right back to bed. But I knew that was the best I could do that day. And so it gave me a sense of I'd move forward. See, change isn't this, big thing. It all happens in these little moments. And so one of the ways we can motivate ourselves to change and to get us out of that trauma of learned helplessness is something called titration. And here's my suggestion. Is you're sitting in the pain of holding yourself back, flip to that, who would I be without this? And you'll feel a sense of relief. So spend 30 seconds in the pain of holding yourself back, then 30 seconds in the freedom of no longer holding yourself back. You can do that by taking an action or by dropping those thoughts and feelings. Now, just keep bouncing between the two. This is you pulling yourself in and out of that cage, just like they did with those puppies. You're slowly titrating yourself, going, I can do this. See, here's learned helplessness, stuck. I'm holding myself back. Here's me moving forward. Boom, I'm getting a taste of it. This is getting smaller and lighter. This is getting stronger and bigger. That taps into James Clear. He wrote the Atomic Habits book. And he talks about the way change happens is it's not this big thing. Just make 1% change. That's it. Every day, every week, every month, 1%. And the cumulative effect of that is what makes us become something new and achieve what we want. So there are your solutions. I hope that helped you. If you think it will help you or someone that really matters to you, please share it with them. Please like it. Leave your comments. And subscribe if you'd like more videos like this and you want more solutions like this. And most of all, as I always say, just enjoy the journey.